extremely short summary of what you'll learn in this video. C, G, D, A, third to the second to the first. Hi, my name is Paul Davids and here are 3 great finger exercises that will develop your accuracy, dexterity on a guitar. Who doesn't want that? They go from easy to a little less easy, but these are all suitable for everyone at any level. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar, it doesn't matter. All the tabs as well as some extra bonus lessons are available on my Patreon page. Here is exercise number 1. This is a simple exercise that I use all the time when I improvise, mainly when I approach chords that way. And it sounds like this. I always try to look at these exercises from a musical perspective and combine it as much as possible with the technical aspect. Because in my opinion, music trumps technique, but they surely need to work in harmony to create beauty. So for this exercise, I'm basically outlining 4 chords. It's C, fret 8 and 8 on the first and second string. Just bar it with your index finger, pretty easy. Then we go to A minor, which is 5 and 5. So we're basically playing an inverted power chords. With the first on the first string and the 5th on the second string. So it's a power chord, but then turn around and played very high. And then to D minor over here, 10 and 10 on the first and second string. And then to G, fret 3 and 3. So, and then this is a little bit theoretical, you don't have to care about this at all. The pinky is playing the 3rd of the note, which determines if it's a major or a minor chord. So for the C chord, it's major, so I'm playing the highest note 4 frets up, so it's 8 and then 12. So we go from fret 12 to fret 10 to the root note. So we walk down the scale from the 3rd to the 2nd to the 1st. And then we play the 5th on the 2nd string, which we already fretted with our index finger. Great, and now we do the same with A minor, 5 and 5, but now it's minor, so we skip 3 frets. Our pinky plays fret 8 on the high E string, to fret 7, to fret 5. Cool, and then we go to D minor, 13, 12, 10, and 10 on the B string. And then to G major, so this is a big stretch, which is great for the exercise. We bar 3, our pinky plays 7, middle plays 5, index plays 3, and the 5th again. So if this is too stretchy for you, you can play it an octave higher. For the acoustic it's a bit difficult, but you can play 15 and 15. And that sounds like this. And one cool trick, you can slide into the 3rd from half step down, from pinky, from 11 to 12. Very beautiful. It doesn't really focus on speed, but more on elegance and fluency, which does a lot for the sound of your playing, in my opinion. And now might be a wonderful time to ask you to consider subscribing to my channel. It's free, it's loads of fun, and you might even learn a thing or two. Example number 2. We all know the pentatonic scale. You do, right? Do you? Yeah, you do. This exercise is in B minor pentatonic, and instead of doing these same old pentatonic patterns everyone is playing, like we spice things up a little, sounding like this. So it is a great idea to program new patterns into your brain to use wherever you want. So this is an amazing exercise that sounds cool, but also very good for your technique. There's string skipping, inside picking, outside picking, and meanwhile your fretting hand should move fluently across the entire fretboard. So here we go. We start in B minor pentatonic, so it's 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, etc. And we always jump 1 octave down, and then up a 5th, and then repeat the same pattern, but then start one note below the one where we started. That's a technical explanation, but let me show you. We start at the highest note, 10 on the E string. Now we jump down one octave, so we go to fret 7 on the G string. And now we go 5th up, so to fret 10 on the B string. So that's the first pattern. We play in threes, triplets. Now we start the same pattern, but we start one note lower in the B minor pentatonic. So one note lower than 10 is 7 on the E string. And one octave down is 9 on the D string. So, and the 5th up from this note is over here. So, that's the second pattern. So we got, cool, that's the first two. Now we go one lower, 10 on the B string, one octave down, 7 on the D string, and a 5th up, 9 on the G string. So, just a power chord basically. Now we start on fret 7 on the B string, one octave down, fret 9 on the A string. And now is the only time we can't jump up a 5th because the 5th is not in a minor pentatonic scale, so we need to play a minor 6 interval. Fret 7 on the G string, so 7 on the B string, followed by 9 on the A string, followed by 7 on the G string. Fourth pattern. So this third and the fourth pattern are like this. We continue, 9 on the G string, 7 on the A string, 9 on the D string. Next pattern, 7 on the G string, 10 on the low E string, 7 on the D string. Second to last pattern, 9 on the D string, so this is B again, 7 on the E string, 9 on the A string. In the last pattern, we go below the root note to A, 7 on the D string, 5 on the E string, 7 on the A string, and then we end with the B note over here. I'm not saying the notes, I could, but I think people will have a hard time knowing what I mean if I say like, okay, so we jump from E to E and then jump up to F sharp or to B, whatever. Because, yeah, it's just a lot of people don't know the notes by heart at this position. So I'm sorry for those who are gonna complain. So here it is slowly. And a little faster. It's a very cool pattern. So, off to number 3. Let me say something scary. The circle of fifth. No, not scary. The exercise follows the circle of fifths. It sounds like this. Let me show you. Yeah, rock and roll. This is rock and roll.
This is rock and roll.
That's the circle of fifth. So we start on C, fifth up is G, fifth up is D, fifth up is A, fifth up is E, fifth up is B. So sometimes I'm altering the octave so we stay in the general same positions because fifth, 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 and we're running out of space. So if you sometimes play the fifth one octave lower, it's actually a fourth down, but it's still a fifth up, but then played an octave lower. My cat wants attention. The exercise. So we start at the C, fret 3 on the A string, and we just play the major chord, broken chord, arpeggio. 1, 3, 5, and back to 3. And the frets are 3 on the A string, 2 on the D string, 5 on the D string, and back to 2. That's the basic major pattern, right? And then we go to the G chord, the second note in the circle of fifth, G major. G, fret 3 on the low E string, 2 on the A string, 5 on the D A string, and 2 on the A string again. So we got two of the same patterns from C and then from G. So now we need to play the D chord because that's the third part of the circle of fifth. We can play this, but no, we're changing the position. We can play the same notes we should play the same notes, but use different fingering. Pinky on the D, fret 5 on the A string, fret 4 on the D string, fret 2 on the G string, and back down to 4. And then we go to the A and we do the same fingering. So we play 4 major chords, but each in a different fingering. C, G, D, A. And now we do exactly the same, but we start just following the circle of fifths. So we start C, G, D, A, E. Now we start in the same position we started at C. So middle finger on the E, fret 7 on the A string, same pattern, and we go to B, same pattern. And now we move over to the pinky pattern again, starting on fret 9 on the A string, 9, 8 on the D string, 6 on the G string, back to C sharp. So we had F sharp, C sharp. So now we go to G sharp, fret 11 on the A string, and we play the same pattern as we did at C. Move up one string to D sharp, and now we go to A sharp, and we move the position again. Pinky, ring, index, and we move over to, this is E sharp. It's technically, we hear an F, but we should call it an E sharp because there's a lot of sharps in this scale. And then we go to C again, we play it up, and then we go to G, a nice pattern up. And then you end on the C, doesn't matter where, or this. So always try to stay fluent and elegant and move as little as possible. And a good thing is to know the chords. So just name the chords as you play them. C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, C, G, 7, to C. Great! Practice these wisely and take your time, and make sure to share these on Instagram, tagging me at Paul David Guitar using the hashtags Getting Better at Guitar. Hashtag Getting Better at Guitar at Paul David Guitar. Thank you for watching. I hope these exercises will make you better. I'm sure they will if you practice them enough. Join my Patreon if you love these videos and you want to support me somehow. You can. And have a great day. Thank you for watching. Cheers.